For the red sparks we wash were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wrestling above bursting in air, yea, through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sing the Star-Spangled Banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of
And we are ready to go here in the heart of the San Joaquin Valley. Season opener between UC Davis and Fresno State. Alongside Alyssa Nishikawa, my name is Brian Welch. It is the new era for Fresno State women's soccer on the Pac-12 network, but it's also the start of the Gabriel Bolton era at Fresno State. Alyssa, a lot of excitement. Quickly before we throw to commercial break, a lot of excitement before the start of the season.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be able to see what kind of work the players did during preseason and how much they bought into the new coaching styles thus far. So very excited to watch both teams play.
And when we come right back after this, we'll hear from Alexis Parr. We'll have lineups and kickoff. Season opener between UC Davis and Fresno State coming up right after this on the Pac-12 Network. Yeah, we're 2 minutes. I don't know where the spider's at. That was one thing that... That is right here with the stats. Copy. We welcome you back to Bulldog Soccer Stadium in Fresno, California. Listen to Nishikawa, Brian Welch back with you on the Pac-12 Network. Let's welcome in our third member of our team tonight, Alexis Parra. Alexis, how are you?
Hey guys, now the countdown that we all anticipated for is finally here at Bulldog Stadium. Now kicking off the season, Fresno State is hosting their first game opener as new members in the Pac-12. Now this team is very young and there's a lot of new faces. 18 newcomers and about 10 returners. Now taking a look at the Aggies, they're starting their season a bit earlier than anticipated, but talking to Coach Kate Matz, she said the earlier the better. Why? Because it reduces injuries and it gets the girls going for conference. Now, Coach Mertz is going to enter nearly 30 years of her coaching experience. And for Fresno State, Gabriel Bolton, he's very familiar with the Stanislaus, coming from Stanislaus. He's very familiar in the Valley going into his 21st season.
Thank you, Alexis. Kickoff underway. Fresno State wearing the checkerboard jerseys for this Wednesday evening showdown. It is Fresno State and UC Davis. Aggies going with the powder blue uniforms on this Wednesday evening. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Early possession for UC Davis. And a whistle. And there's the senior captain, Katie Morris, getting the ball there. Only captain for Fresno State in 2026. And it kind of feels like yesterday she was a freshman. Now she's a senior. I mean, time flies. You're having fun out there.
Yep, we've been commentating together for 4 years, and each year she's gotten better and better. So really excited to see what kind of leadership she can bring this team.
You heard from Alexis talking about 18 new players, 18 personalities, 18 different playing styles. And talking with head coach Gabriel Bolton a little bit before kickoff, talking about the special spirit that everybody loves everybody on and off the pitch. And this is a team that is hungry to make some noise in 2026. Fresno State trying to get the ball at midfield. Handling it is UC Davis. On the far side is Lakely Perkins. Perkins on the far side. Right of the 18. Good pressure by Alexis Duker, one of the new dogs. And it sails out of play, and it is a goal kick for Fresno State. Take a look at the goalkeepers for tonight's matchup. Going for Fresno State, there's Jessie Reese, one of the new dogs for Fresno State. The junior from Germany, transferred by way of Oral Roberts. She has the ball, and she'll be kicking it away for Fresno State. And countering for UC Davis, it is Dina Frankel, the redshirt freshman from San Francisco, transferred by way of Purdue. There's Sayla Sims handling the ball for Fresno State. Early going in the first half. You might hear on the crowd mic a lot of vocalness there, Alyssa.
Oh, yeah, communication is everything out here, so love to hear the players talking to each other early in this game.
Through ball to DeFazio for the Aggies goes out of play. Fresno State has a throw-in early going in the first half. Goalless between Fresno State and UC Davis. You might hear on the crowd mic a lot of vocalness. Header, and it goes out of bounds. Almost took out one of the photographers for Fresno State. Cordero at the controls for UC Davis. Aggies the ball on the near side. Good speed from Courtney Wagner. Wagner left to the 18, works left to the 6, and It goes wide. A good look for the Aggies early, a team that had the fewest goals in the Big West Conference in 2025. Had a good shot there, but good defense for Fresno State, Alyssa.
Oh, yeah, number 22, Wagner. She was on the 2026 watch list, and I see why now. A lot of speed on her. She can get around the outside. Just couldn't quite put it away, but really, really dangerous play by her.
Think about UC Davis. Their first match is a member of the Mountain West Conference, so a lot of firsts tonight here in the San Joaquin Valley. Now, if you're Fresno State, they're moving the ball to our right. This is a big one right now. I want to set the tone early. In a couple of interviews before the season started, Coach Bolton talked about the offense be like AC/DC on the way they would want to move the ball. Revenato in the corner. Ball poked away by the Aggies. Still Fresno State ball. Shadows starting to appear in Fresno. Lights are turned on. Aggies trying to clear it out. Takes it is Brewer. Brewer with some speed, and it's forced out. Good defense for Fresno State. One of the new Bulldogs, Sayla Sims. Sims with the controls for the Bulldogs. Ariana Martinez handling it for Fresno State.
Can hear that UC Davis coach coaching the trap on offense here. Trying to stop progress forward for the Bulldogs.
This is big to see what you can do in the first 10 minutes. Sims skips it for Fresno State for Tatiana Saunders. Cardi Romero sends it to the far side, and it rolls out of play. Throwing for UC Davis, and this is you think about it, first 10 minutes of the first half, first 10 minutes of the season. You like the pace Fresno State has set up so far in this first half.
Yeah, I do. I like how they're possessing the ball as well. They're trying to knock it back and forth, trying to find openings to go forward. Just haven't quite put anything together in the attacking third yet, but...
Speed for Wagner in the left corner for UC Davis. Good defense for Fresno State. The rebound, and it sails over the top of Reese. So goal kick for Fresno State, but you like what UC Davis has done so far, especially tacking the left side of the pitch, especially trying to test out the vulnerabilities of Fresno State early in this first half.
Yes, Wagner is doing a great job getting around the outside, sending those balls in for a cross.
Header for the Bulldogs. Trying to track it down. Nice. Good pressure by Fresno State. Garza on the far. That's actually Abigail Heron on that near side, and it goes out of play.
She earned a corner.
That's a big corner.
Really great effort there by her. She's somebody I'm really excited to watch. Being a freshman last season, she made an impact on the field. So, this year as a sophomore, let's see if she can get more minutes, make more of an impact on the wing, and show off her speed there.
And think about what she did last year in her freshman year, kind of similar to what Katie Morris did in her freshman year. UC Davis sends it down the near side and it rolls out of bounds. If you're Fresno State, you definitely want to capitalize in early going. Temperatures at kickoff were in the triple digits. As soon as the sun goes down, it's going to be it's going to be cooler. Think about the last couple of weeks here in Central California, temperatures that have been torturous, over 105 on some days. But that's what you have to deal with when you live in the Valley.
So I guess we do really have home field advantage here, the Bulldogs.
Don't forget about the Sacramento Valley and
yes.
UC Davis.
UC Davis, it gets pretty warm too, I'm sure.
But UC Davis has the Delta Breeze to their credit.
And the coach did mention how fit this team is. Coming into the season, this was probably the most fit she's seen them. So
and think about
that is going to be to their advantage as well.
And Coach Cat was talking about this a little bit before kickoff. She was talking about that all her players followed the summer packet routine that she gave to them. And if you do that in the summer, you're going to have a pretty good outcome in the fall.
Yes, definitely.
So Fresno State trying to have a good outcome in the early going in this first half. Good battling on the far side. Fresno State says it's their ball, but the flag says it's UC Davis. Aggies ball once again. Cardi Romero handles it. Sends it down the far side. Good pressure, battling for it with Henry for UC Davis, and a whistle. And that is going to give the ball to the Aggies. A little bit pushing the envelope there for Fresno State. Brewer with a good spin, good battling. Good job by Saunders to track that one down for Fresno State. Bulldogs trying to get the ball past midfield. The Aggies have done a pretty good job defensively in this early part of the first half. Cindy Fong for UC Davis tracks it down. We like the pressure Fresno State's had so far in this early going. UC Davis with a throw in. Good turn with Henry, and now a whistle. Gives the ball to the Aggies once again. So the question is, you've seen UC Davis test out the left side of the pitch. What do you want to see the Bulldogs do defensively in this sequence here, Alyssa?
They're doing a good job staying central and not letting anything through the middle, but it's quite dangerous to let a player like number 22
with
Wagner to have that much time and space on the wing. So definitely need to stop her, cut her off early so that crosses can't come in or any shots from outside.
And talking of head coach with Kat Mertz a little bit earlier this week, she said this team's hungry for 2026. This is a team that only won 3 matches in 2025. Trying to turn over a new leaf and a new conference, and especially in this new part of this new season in 2026. UC Davis with some space. Sydney Fong on the near side. Fong looking. Finds Brewer in the corner. Good battling of Katie Morris. Good slide, and it skips away off the right post. In there on the rebound. UC Davis cleans it up. JC Alfonso, the redshirt sophomore from El Dorado Hills, breaks the ice. It's a 1-0 lead for UC Davis. Aggies scored the fewest goals in 2025 in the conference in the Big West, and they get their first goal from the transfer by way of Cal Poly. One of the forwards for UC Davis.
Aggie goal scored by number 8, JC DeFazio.
So now Fresno State trailing 1-0 against UC Davis, and head coach Gabriel Bolton talked a little bit about this before kickoff, talking about in that exhibition against Pacific, they trailed out of the gate 1-0, able to answer back with an equalizing goal. Let's see how Fresno State handles the adversity in this first half.
That's a good answer.
Good
shot on goal.
And Fresno State has the response, but UC Davis there to answer back. Think about DeFazio, shirt sophomore from El Dorado Hills, went to St. Francis High School, went to school at Cal Poly. If you go to school at Davis, your arch nemesis is the Mustangs from San Luis Obispo. Battle for the Golden Horseshoe. Ever heard of that rivalry trophy, Alyssa?
No, I haven't.
The battle for the Golden Horseshoe between UC Davis and Cal Poly during the football season. Good run by Katie Morris for Fresno State. Good look for the Aggies, and an offsides call. Gives the ball back. If there was no offsides call, you definitely know Ashley Brewer was going to take it all the way for UC Davis.
Yeah. Ashley Brewer was a player that had a big impact on that last goal. She just held her run just enough to stay on sides and then really attacked that sideline, that end line, and got a good cross off.
Think about this. Also a Mountain West watch list player for UC Davis, and also somebody that went to school at Cal Poly, grew up on the Central Coast of California, went to San Luis Obispo High School, the former Tiger of Slow High, but has now found her home in the Sacramento Valley and the Delta UC Davis controlling the pace. Reese out of the box, scoops it up. Header for the Aggies. So now the question is, if you're Fresno State, you got punched in the mouth, how do you respond back? You got that shot on goal, but gotta mount a response.
Yeah, I feel like the attacking three are not super connected this game. You know, we're trying to get the ball to Aniston Renovato up top, but she has no support on the wings. So I feel like those wingers need to tuck in a little bit to provide more support. It just seems that the defense is doing a good job possessing, looking for options forward, and then we just can't get it somewhere up top.
Fresno State has had only one shot on goal so far in this first half. UC Davis has had 2 shots on goal, total of 4 shots so far in this first half.
Credit to UC Davis defense, though. They are getting first to every single ball out of the air, winning those headers, and then also playing really technical soccer out of the back.
Bulldog substitution.
And the first
Number
substitution
20,
of the
Robinson.
evening,
For number 11,
Kayla Robinson checks in for Fresno State, replacing captain Katie Morris. Let's see how the substitutions go in this first half. Let's see what Coach Bolton and the Bulldogs can do, and as well as what Coach Mertz and the Aggies can do with their substitutions. Crotty Romero handles it. Salem Sims sends a roller to the far side. Alexis Duker handles it. Heron battling. Heron with a good spin. Tangled up with a couple of Aggies. Ball still in play. Battling for it. Saunders. Saunders right side. Good turn for Fresno State. Revenato right at the 18. Uncorks it, and it goes long. And it's a goal kick for UC Davis, but you like the plan of attack for Fresno State.
Tricky little ball by Kayla Robinson into Aniston Renovato within the box. Really great chance. The ball movement was great leading up to it. You know, took the ball from the left side to the right. Really nice and fast movement.
If you're Fresno State, you've had those opportunities. It's just you got to find ways to capitalize. UC Davis has done a pretty good job in this first half capitalizing. Good deflection. Revenato with a look. Revenato going to try to battle for it. Goalie unattended, and a slide tackle by UC Davis. And it goes out of play. It's starting to get chippy already in the first half. Fresno State still has the ball. Long kick. And it's bobbled in, scooped up by the goalkeeper for UC Davis of Dina Frankel. Aggies with the ball once again. Fresno State definitely turning up the knob on the offense.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better. We're keeping the ball in this half for the most part and holding it well and really looking dangerous.
Sims at midfield. Sims with space. Shot. Blocked away. Aggies with the controls once again. Perkins handles it. Good pressure by Revenato. Frankel kicks it away. Handles it is Fong. And there's Salem Sims. Gets the ball. We were at practice earlier in the last couple of weeks, and Salem Sims was talking about that she's a cat mom for the first time. Adopted her first cat, Percy, of all names. I mean, Alyssa Nishikawa.
Yeah, that's a great journey. I love this for her.
That's
she's
right.
She's gonna have a little cute cat at home
Cat
waiting
mom.
for her.
Cat mom. Well, you're a cat mom as well.
Yes, yes.
I know Doja Cat's probably listening.
Yeah, hopefully. I think she's more worried if she gets fed.
And right now, Fresno State trying to feed the back of the net. They trail 1-0 against UC Davis. This is a big one right now. This is a opportunity for Fresno State in this first half. They've had the opportunities, they've had the shots, but has not been able to connect. So if you're UC Davis, a J.C. DeFazio goal inside the 6, it makes it a 1-0 lead. Reese picks it up. And Fresno State back to work once again. Aggies just try to get it out of play. Fresno State definitely convening on the ball, and that they're in the Davis part of the half of the pitch. On the floor, no call. Aggies in possession. Ravanado handles it. You like what you're doing if you're Fresno State. Robinson, short pass to Ravanado. Ravanado at midfield. Long swing by Martinez. Header by the Aggies defenders. Tracking it down is Feidenbacher. Good pressure by Fresno State. You like this aggressiveness in this first half.
Yep, I'm sure because she came off the bench from Coach Bolton, I'm sure she got a lot of coaching points on how they want to defend that side with Wagner being so dangerous. On her back immediately. Doesn't let her turn.
Think about the aggressiveness in this first half, especially after giving up the goal from UC Davis by J.C. DeFazio. Fresno State has been able to hold their own in this first half. They have to find that missing piece is a goal. And it sails out of play, close to our broadcast position. Are you proud that I did not scream? Alyssa, are you proud? Are you proud that I did not scream? Because in previous years, if a ball would be in the broadcast spot, you'd probably hear a couple of octaves from me.
We got to pull the audio. That was awesome.
But hey, you have to find
improvement. Good job.
Improvement.
Good job, Brian.
Fresno State trying to improve in this midway part of half number 1. 1-0 lead for UC Davis. Substitution for the Bulldogs. There's Daisy Torres, one of the new Bulldogs. We saw Daisy Torres a couple of times when she played for San Jose State. Transfer by way of the Silicon Valley to the San Joaquin Valley. Aggies trying to keep the pedal to the metal offensively. Perkins on the far side, guarded by Duker. Duker into the corner, and it goes out. Good defense by Fresno State. Sophomore from Clovis. And think about this, Alyssa. You can possibly put a whole lineup of the track, one of the conferences, the high school conferences here in the Valley. A lot of players from the Buchanan area, Clovis North, Clovis West. Think about the Valley talent, but you think about the whole entire talent as a total. And for Fresno State, makes up that one voice. Corner kick for the Aggies, and it hits the post, it hits the back post, and Fresno State gets the ball back. So if you're Fresno State, you like what you're doing so far. Substitution for UC Davis right now. Sydney Bushman checks in for the Aggies. Sun about to set in Fresno. Lights are on at the Bulldog Soccer Stadium. There's Bushman on your screen. Bushman, the junior from Manhattan Beach, California, went to Maricosta High. A returner for the Aggies in 2026.
Yeah, I love to see the Valley players
Yeah.
for Fresno State. I came from the Valley as well, so being a player who could represent the Valley and play at this high level, it was awesome. And there is a lot of talent in the Valley, so happy to see that Coach Bolton has been recruiting as well.
Fresno State trying to recruit some offense in this first half. Aggies have done a pretty good job of ball control. Coach Mertz talked about it in our production meeting, talking about we want to keep the ball. We want to possess the ball and play a little bit of keep away. If you're Fresno State, how do you counter that?
She also said that if it needs to happen, she was not opposed to playing some kickball. So, we got to be adaptable is what she said. So
it's the first match.
For sure. And you see it happening with
Revananov, a good look.
Good
Through ball for Saunders, and the slide tackle applied by UC Davis. The Aggies get it out of play, but another good look
really
for Fresno State. And Fresno State has that opportunity. Take a look at that replay. Good slide by the Aggies.
Saunders was almost there to clean it up as well. Good little ball by her. That run across the field from Renovato. Cheeky play.
That's pretty good. You think about Fresno State has had those streaky plays in this first half. Good play by Hayden Crotty Romero. Defended the Aggies, push it out of play. I think it is a water break. We have a water break here at the Bulldogs Soccer Stadium. 1-0 UC Davis. When we come right back after this, we hear from Alexis Parra. 1-0 Aggies. More after this on the Pac-12 Network.
Hydration break.
And we welcome you back to Fresno, California. UC Davis 1, Fresno State nothing. Season opener of this 2026 season. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Take a look at the replay. Fresno State trailing early 1-0 alongside of Alyssa Nishikawa. My name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Our third member of our team tonight is Alexis Parr. You heard from her earlier. She asked something. Alexis, what do you have?
Fresno State before, but Coach Kat Mertz has before, and she talked about it earlier in the match. She said back in 2016, it was a heartbreaking game as Fresno State scored within 30 seconds, the last 30 seconds. And so she said, stepping on this field again, she has a little fire inside of her, so we'll see what happens later today.
And our very own Alyssa Nishikawa was a part of that match.
Hey. They don't need to know about my age, Brian.
Well, I mean, you were part of history because Kat
Yes,
Mertz was a
yes.
part of the Oregon staff, and
Yeah.
the Ducks and the Bulldogs saw each other when.
Yeah, it's
way
always
back
a
in the
great
day.
matchup when we play against UC Davis. We've played against them numerous times during the spring or preseason and at their home too. So, yeah, it's always a really great matchup.
It's been all UC Davis so far this evening. A goal from J.C. DeFazio inside the 6 makes it a 1-0 lead for UC Davis. Fresno State has had those opportunities.
Oh, nice
Good looks,
ball.
good through ball. Trying to track it down is Haiti Carly Romero, and it rolls. Fresno State trying to track it down near the corner flag.
I think she had a little bit more time on that. Could have taken a touch maybe to goal and taken a shot there, but really great play. I like the creativity I'm seeing from those players up top.
And you like the ingenuity, especially with the hydration break. If you watch the World Cup, you're probably sick and tired of watching hydration breaks, especially during the whole entire summer. But it is 100 degrees out
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I think maybe they don't need it in LA, but we definitely need it here in Fresno.
But with that hydration break, you can definitely regroup and be able to say, this is what you're doing wrong. You can fix it with this aspect of the game. Trying to fix that. Fresno State trying to answer back. Fresno State with the ball. And Coach Bolton emphasized it a little bit before kickoff. He talked about that Fresno State trailed 1-0 against Pacific in the exhibition,
Substitution is number 16.
and they answered back in quite a hurry. So the question
Number
is,
23, Sydney
Fresno
Falk.
State has done a pretty good job of finding ways to find good looks. The question is, going to find a way to sting the strings.
I like that, Brian. Sting the strings.
That's right. Good friend of mine, Max Kelton, says that on his broadcast. Good friend of mine. UC Davis has stung the strings a couple of times, has stung the strings once so far.
Yep, and gotten pretty close numerous
Couple of other times.
Yeah,
You think about also on
could have
the,
been 3 goals, I
Yeah.
think.
and a team that scored the fewest goals in the Big West Conference last year, answering with a big punch tonight in their Mountain West debut. Fresno State in their Pac-12 debut. It's our Pac-12 Network debut. I'd like to welcome our friends on YouTube Live watching tonight from Fresno, California. This is a big one right now. If you're Fresno State defensively, Aggies have had those opportunities, but you just got to find ways to capitalize. Header by the Aggies. Tracks it down is Keating. Keating in the corner. Keating battling for it. Good pressure by Fresno State with Robinson. Like the pressure so far by Fresno State. Handles it as Bushman. Skips it into the corner. Popped up, and it just rolls out of bounds. You like the attackness by Fresno State
Bulldogs
defensively.
substitution, number 22.
Yeah, really good pressure. Didn't let them get a good, clean look at goal.
Number 14, Maggie Groves.
Subs.
Fresno State substituting a trio of Bulldogs.
And number
Now
22,
if you're Fresno State,
Skylar Druland.
seen a couple of substitutions so far in this first half. Now the first time we've seen 3 Bulldogs get subbed in. Got that close to 15 minutes left in the first half. Fresno State trying to have that charge in the late part of the half number 1. Good speed by Fresno State. Haiti Carly Romero handles it. Perkins just forces it out of play for UC Davis. This is a big one right now if you're Fresno State. You've had those opportunities. Good look. One of the new Bulldogs, Scarlett Durian, the sophomore from Newberry Park. Transferred by way of UNLV for Fresno State. Good battling on the far side. Robinson on the near side. Robinson sends it. And it's scooped up for UC Davis, Verdina Frankel, the redshirt freshman from San Francisco for UC Davis. You've had good looks if you're the Bulldogs. Just got to clean it up and sting the strings.
Yep, and probably clean up the possession a little bit. I think Kayla Robinson could have kept the ball there. We had options wide and up top.
You can definitely see the Aggies have had the speed in the last couple of minutes, and they've had the possession as well. You think about what the Bulldogs have done so far.
Yeah, I just got to clean up that possession.
Cordero sends it on the far side for the Aggies. Perkins into the right corner. Perkins sends it. And it just rolls out of bounds. Goal kick for Fresno State. Think about what has happened so far. Shots on goal, 2 apiece for the Aggies and the Bulldogs. 4 shots for the Aggies, 3 shots for Fresno State. Kind of even in this first half.
I would say the quality of the opportunities have come more from the Aggies. They're really getting around the outside there. That cross just a second ago, I think, could have been a little bit cleaner, and that would have been another big opportunity for them. But they've had really good looks at goal. I think Fresno State has had a couple where we could have had a good shot, but nothing too dangerous from us quite yet.
Throwing for UC Davis. Header by Robinson goes out of bounds. Still Aggie ball, the throw-in. Aggie's going at the powder blues, or the aqua blue. Would you say aqua blue?
Yeah, I think that's a...
Aqua blue. Wagner with the throw-in. Wagner, good pressure, good footwork. Ball forced out. Alyssa, you can't play. You're out of eligibility.
I know,
The ball was just right there.
Man, why couldn't I get the extra year that all of these players get, huh? Or even a COVID year.
Would you go back for your 5th year?
Oh, yes, definitely. Not even a question.
That just shows the culture of this program and also the alumni of this program.
Yeah, there was an alumni event in the spring, and I was really bummed to miss it. But I think some of my old teammates were out there to meet the new coach.
Think about this. Think about all the former players from Fresno State that have become coaches. Yourself a coach.
Yes.
Or an analyst. It's the able to spread the game to the next generation and be able to teach the game as well. Fresno State trying to answer back on the scoreboard. They trail 1-0 against UC Davis. Got a run for the Aggies.
Yeah, a little bit late contact, but I love the effort.
I like the aggressiveness.
She was sprinting so hard on that play.
You like the aggressiveness by Fresno State so far.
Yeah, to come off the bench, that Daisy Torres, and give the effort that she's been giving.
Torres last year appeared in 17 matches for the Spartans. Gotta say, do you know The Way to San Jose? Ever heard that song?
No.
It's an older song, way back in the day. Aggies trying to keep their... Aggies substitute another player in this first half. Almost 10 minutes to go in half number 1. 1-0 lead for UC Davis. Jaycee DeFazio broke the ice on this Wednesday evening. The sophomore from El Dorado Hills made it a 1-0 lead for UC Davis. Fresno State has had those opportunities, but they've not been able to crack into the goal column tonight. Header by Saunders, or by Revenato, I should say. And how about this? The game ball skips over the fence and lands in the parking lot.
I think about that every single time I park. Like, is somebody going to kick the ball into the air, land on my car?
It's not like you're having a foul ball
True,
from Pete Bidenfield
yes.
at Bob Bennett Stadium.
Ball should not be going that far.
But Fresno State right now trying to hit that home run ball in this first half. They've had it. I mean, from the baseball terminologies, a couple of singles. Have not been able to get that goal across. if you're Fresno State, what else do you have to do?
Yeah, like I said before, I think they were doing it a little while ago, but the last 10 minutes or so, the last 5, it looks like the forwards and the midfield line are not connected well enough on offense.
Aggies with the possession. Libby Lewis sends it away for UC Davis, one of the senior captains from Carlsbad for UC Davis. Lewis, a 3-sport athlete in high school in Southern California. You know what the mascot is for Carlsbad High?
No idea.
The Lancers. A couple of great athletes from Fresno State came from Carlsbad High. Brooke Ochoa, great water polo player for Fresno State. She went to school at Carlsbad. Good pressure by Fresno State. Aggies trying to get it out of their own half. Good turn by Torres. Good pressure by Fresno State so far. And it's forced out by the Aggies. Good defensive play by Courtney Wagner, the redshirt junior from Rockland in the Sacramento area, went to Whitney High School. Another transfer by from Cal Poly.
Gina Say for number 21. Aniston Novato.
An interesting thing that Coach Bolton mentioned before the game was that at UOP he got every single player in the game that was eligible to play. I think that's really important to get the players.
Good look for the Aggies. Reese pops it up, and it's out of bounds.
To get the players involved early to, help them buy in and help them get a little bit of minutes under their belt so that when he does put them in, they're confident and ready to go. He's also still trying to figure out, their starting lineup, what the rotations are going to be like, what the good combinations are for the different player dynamics.
And that's what you have to do in the first match. It's not going to be pretty. You have to find that balance. Torres battling forward of a good look, and maybe Alexis Parra played soccer in high school. She was a softball star. You don't want me to trap it. But if you're Fresno State, you definitely want to change the outcome in this first half. About that, you're Fresno State. Good look. Good turn by Fresno State. Solik with the turn. Finds Torres on the near side. Torres into the corner. Torres looking. Good battle. Sends it. Good pressure. Crotty Romero sends it. Aggies clean it up, but Robinson's there for Fresno State. For the best opportunity for Fresno State so far in this first half. Gregoris with the ball for the Aggies. Sends it on the far side, tracking it down as Gregoris, but it rolls out of play. Gregoris from the city of Patterson, just north of us. It's actually, Coach Kat Mertz was talking about a little bit before kickoff. She was talking about, she wanted us to stop in Patterson and see her hometown on the way down to Fresno. Good look for UC Davis. Aggies answering the call early with a goal from J.C. DeFazio. J.C. DeFazio, I should say. But Bulldogs have had their look so far in this first half. Throw in for Fresno State. Collision, and now whistles. And that gives the ball back. If you're UC Davis, you definitely want to have a quick strike in the last moment of this first half. You're Fresno State. Let's go for it. You definitely feel the different change in pace for Fresno State in this first half. That attack mode, we talked a little bit about it a little bit earlier with the ACDC offensive method. Good play for Fresno State. Good through ball for the Aggies, and offsides. Chloe Keating having her hand in the cookie jar. Offsides call. Fresno State ball once again. Battling for it, collision. Fresno State with the ball. This is big right now. Take a look at that replay. Big collision.
Yep, Daisy Torres went up for the ball, got a little push from behind.
You like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, we like to see her battling for the ball out of the air.
This is a crucial one. This is a crucial free kick if you're Fresno State. Look at that, the Pac-12 logo on the pitch.
Oh, yeah, that's very new. Love to see it, huh? New era.
That's correct, new era. All right, if you're Fresno State, what do you have to do?
Well, we got to execute on this free kick.
Do you go long or do you go short?
I challenge long. Oh, wow.
Good look for Fresno State,
God.
and the Aggies read the play well. Frinkle
That was nice.
collects it, but you like what Fresno State did there. You're able to formulate a good plan, but the Aggies have been one step ahead so far in this first half.
Yeah, actually, the practice I went to a couple weeks ago, they were working on set pieces, so it seems to have paid off because that was a really good opportunity and good look on goal there.
Take a look at that replay. A little bit of a trickery right there.
Yeah, really nice ball. Just like a little tiny step away.
Couple of seconds later, if you are
1 minute
said,
remaining.
the junior from Irvine, transfer, the JUCO transfers from Saddleback Community College. Aggies have a good look on the far side. Reese out of the box, diving play with the two-hand save, and Fresno State gets the ball back. Under a minute remaining in half number one. Ball goes out of bounds, still Fresno State ball. This is big right now if you're Fresno State. Aggies had their moments. Robinson with a big kick. Aggies trying to mount one more charge on the counter. 10 seconds remaining in half number one.
6, 5,
Trying to track it down. Good turn by Robinson. Robinson forces it out of bounds, and that's how the first half comes to a close. An early goal by UC Davis by J.C. DeFazio makes it a 1-0 lead for UC Davis. It's halftime in Fresno. It's UC Davis 1, Fresno State 0. More after this on the Pac-12 Network. halftime at the Bulldogs Soccer Stadium, UC Davis 1, Fresno State 0. Alongside Felicity Nishikawa, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Our third member of our team tonight is Alexis Parra. First half in the books, a very competitive first half. UC Davis scoring in the early going, but Fresno State had multiple opportunities to strike, but they could not find the back of the net, but a very fun first half indeed.
Yep, really good game. Both teams were really attacking, putting a lot of pressure, and really high-intensity games, so we love to see that.
Think about this. Fresno State found ways to try to capitalize, but it was the Aniston Revenado, but also think about a little bit of Tatiana Saunders with good looks offensively, but UC Davis found ways to capitalize, especially on that left wing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wagner looked really dangerous all game, attacking, and then Brewer also making their way across to that left side. But I feel like Fresno State did a really good job answering once they saw that goal happen. Made an adjustment.
See, so this is after the first goal. Fresno State had opportunities. You think about that, a good look for Saunders. You got the slide tackle from Livy Lewis, but there was those opportunities. There was one set piece, especially in that late part of the first half, that looked promising, but Fresno State could not capitalize.
Yep. I like the combination play between Saunders and Renovado today. Looks like they are, they have a couple of seasons under their belt now together, and it shows. They're really playing well together. They're making little through runs and finding each other offensively.
So you're saying experience matters?
Sometimes you just click immediately with the player, and maybe that is the case with them, but I do know that they both were here for at least one season going into another season together, so I think that is a big part of it.
And UC Davis, the team that scored the fewest goals in the Big West Conference last year, able to answer in the early going of half number one of a goal from J.C. DeFazio, somebody who transferred by way of Cal Poly. UC Davis looks really strong out there, especially on the wings.
Oh, yeah, and they're playing really direct once they get the ball defensively. They're winning the ball from us in their back line and clearing it really far forward and doing pretty good counterattacks. But the possession up top by the Aggies looked really strong too, especially from those wings.
And how about this? We have sprinklers on right now. Think about this. Sprinklers have turned on. We're trying to protect our equipment here on the Pac-12 network, and we might get a little bit of a shower here. Look at that. Hey, look at that. This is what happens. This is what happens on a game day. Think about this. The sprinklers have turned on at the Bulldogs Soccer Stadium. They have to get the cameras out of the way. But the more important part, Fresno State going to try to find a way to make it rain in the second half of a goal. But think about it.
Oh, you have so many of those, Brian.
First half, Fresno State had those opportunities. They could not find a way to get a goal.
Yeah.
What can they do in this second half?
They definitely have to connect more midfield to up top. I like the up top movement at times, but it has to be more consistent in order to create more opportunities. And like I was saying earlier, the outside wingers, I think they should be more connected to that center forward so that they can provide her an opportunity to an outlet pass.
And it's not raining in Fresno. It's actually the sprinkler system is actually hitting our tent. But we are still here on the Pac-12 network. And the thing is, Fresno State definitely wants to find a way to get the offense moving in the second half. Maybe the sprinklers turning on at halftime might be a good thing for Fresno State in the near future. But when we come right back after this, we get to hear from Alexis Parra, but also we have the second half for you. Once again, our score at halftime in Fresno, UC Davis 1, Fresno State 0. Keep it here on the Pac-12 network. Beautiful evening in the Sandwalk, Keene Valley of California. We continue here at the Bulldog Soccer Stadium alongside Felicity Ishikawa. My name is Brian Welch. The sprinklers have disappeared. Somebody turned the sprinklers on, or whoever turned the sprinklers on. But, hey, you know what? Maybe that might be the jolt of energy Fresno State needs in the second half. Fans are excited. The t-shirt toss is going on right now. And Fresno State had those opportunities in that first half, but could not find ways to capitalize. Got to find a way to answer back in the second half, Alyssa.
Yeah, like you were saying, they did have a couple of high-quality chances, but just couldn't put them in the back of the net. So got to continue that. Got to keep knocking on the door like they've been doing. You know, we see like really nice possession soccer at times, but more consistent with that, and I think that they can really do some damage in the second half.
And you think about it, who was handling the ball for the defending side for Fresno State? Salem Sims was handling a lot of the ball possessions throughout the whole entire first half. If you're Fresno State, you got to find a way to get at Tatiana Saunders, and as well as Aston Revenato. They've been the driving force for the offense so far in that first half. They want to try to carry that over to the second half.
Yeah, and I'm also really excited to see Abigail Herron. She's going to be playing hopefully on this side right in front of us, but she's a player that we didn't see too much of in that first half, but I think, you know, she has a little bit in her for the second half and maybe could do something to put the Dogs on top.
It's a 1-0 lead for UC Davis. It is a raucous environment at the Bulldog Soccer Stadium. Fresno State going to try to make it raucous in the second half. They trail 1-0 against UC Davis. When we come right back after the second half action between Fresno State and UC Davis, 1-0 Aggies. More after this on the Pac-12 Network. We're rocking here at the Bulldog Soccer Stadium. Second half about to begin between UC Davis and Fresno State. 1-0 lead for the Aggies in the season opener of this 2026 season. Alongside of Felicity Ishikawa, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Our third member of our team tonight is Alexis Parr. She's at midfield, and she got a chance to listen to those huddles during halftime. What did you hear in those huddles there, Alyssa? Alexis, I should say. Alexis, you got opportunity to listen to the huddles during halftime for UC Davis and Fresno State. What did you hear in those huddles there, Alexis?
Let's welcome back to the field your Fresno State Bulldogs.
We'll get Alexis back. We're having technical difficulties. We'll get that figured out. But right now we're about ready for the second half. And this is first half was interesting for Fresno State. Second half, you definitely want to find ways to clean it up. And now I think we'll be able to hear from Alexis. Let's send it over to Alexis Parr right now. Alexis, take it away. You can go for it, Alexis. We're about ready for the second half here at the Bulldogs Soccer Stadium. And Abigail Heron with a false start.
A little over-eager to get involved.
You heard
It's a player I was excited to watch.
That's right. You did bring up a good point that you wanted to see her make a difference in the second half. Fresno State moving the ball to our left. UC Davis moving the ball to our right. Fresno State got to be a little bit crisper on the passes. Fresno State moving the ball to our left. Perkins with the ball. Sends it to the far side. Fresno State there to clean it up. And Fresno State gets the ball back once again. 45 seconds into the second half. Good steal and interception for UC Davis. And tracking it down for Fresno State. Jesse Reese stays in the box. All forced out by Lakely Perkins for UC Davis. Had a little bit of everything. We've had a goal. We had a little bit of rain. I mean, artificial rain, you know. The sprinkler system's turning on earlier. Gotta protect the gear. That's the first thing. You have to protect the gear.
The show still went on, though. We stayed on air.
That is the thing that you have, as they say in show business, the show must go on. Fresno State trying to show what they've done in their offseason and especially in their fall camp. Think about what they've done so far in this match. Aggies and Fresno State tied up with 4 shots apiece. Fresno State does have the advantage with 3 shots on goal. Fresno State on the counterattack right in the 18. Sends it blocked away, the rebound, and the Aggies clean it up. Tatiana Saunders of a good look for Fresno State. But the Aggies back on the counterattack. DeFazio at the control. She has a goal already in this match early in that first half. And it goes out of bounds, and Fresno State gets the ball back. Once again, take a look at that replay. Good footwork.
Tricky footwork. Nice left-footed shot. Really nice left-footed shot. Good deflection, good hands by the keeper.
Through ball.
I like the connection that she's trying to find here with Saunders.
Saunders has been pretty fun to watch in this match to begin 2026. She can bring that excitement level for Fresno State on the offensive side. Ball down the far side. Reese retrieves it. Fresno State back to work once again. This is big right now. Coach Gabriel Bolton talked about a little bit before kickoff, talking about how Fresno State answered back from the adversity, trailing 1-0 in the exhibition against Pacific. Good through ball by the Bulldogs, but it's tapped away and intercepted by UC Davis. Atala handles it. Villa Alta, I should say, for UC Davis with the controls. Through ball on the near side. It goes out of play, and it's still UC Davis ball. Villa Alta, the redshirt sophomore from Woodside. Transfer by way of Santa Clara. Wagner finds Kylie Fadenbacher, the redshirt sophomore from San Diego. Went to Point Loma High. We play the mascot game. You want to know what the mascot is for Point Loma High, Alyssa?
No idea.
The mascot for Point Loma, the Pointers.
The Pointers?
Yes, because you have Point Loma. Beautiful university.
I would not have guessed that.
Good look for the Aggies, and Fresno State answers and Reese ends up on the pitch, and she gets the ball back. Good look by Bushman, and now Reese is slow to get up. And now the question is...
Good shielding by Sims on that play.
Take a look at it.
Separates the player from the ball.
That was Brewer had that.
Touch.
Brewer had that look there. And she's back up to her feet. Probably just trying to catch her breath. This is big right now if you're Fresno State. Reese at the controls. Fresno State with the ball. Abigail Heron turns on the Jets on the near side. Heron battling. Abigail Heron into the corner. Sends it. Tracked down by Livy Lewis. Good play by Hayden Crotty Romero. Fresno State with the possession still. Saunders trying to battle for it. Aggies trying to get it out of their own half. Big swing for Fresno State. Villa Alta for UC Davis. I like what Fresno State's done so far in the second half. They've found ways to keep the possession in this early going. Connie Romero sends it on the far side.
Oh, nice ball.
Fresno State with an opportunity, and it sends by Franklin. It sails over our heads. Did not scream.
Just a little bit too much on that.
You like the attack mode by Fresno State.
A really great run. Good channel she found, and made the goalkeeper come out.
Revenato with that look. And now if you're Fresno State, what do you have to do now? You've knocked on the door multiple times. The question is, how can you get through the door and sting the strings? And it goes out of bounds, and it is a goal kick for UC Davis. 1-0 lead for the Aggies. We are on the 53rd minute of action. Dina Frankel stays in the box for the Aggies. Previously at Purdue, played for the Boilermakers for a couple of seasons. Now has found her home in the Sacramento Valley. Ball popped up, and it goes out of bounds. If you're Fresno State, big free kick upcoming for UC Davis, but defensively you got to find a way to stop the advancement, and Reese picks it up on a hop. Low punt for Fresno State. Good speed for Fresno State. Through ball header by the Aggies. Tracking it down was Henry. Keeps it is Brewer. And a whistle, and it's offsides. Definitely caught a break there. So free kick upcoming for Fresno State. There's Salem Sims. Sims, the new cat mom with her cat Percy.
She has quite a personality, I will say that.
Perkins on the near side for UC Davis. Through ball into the corner to Brewer. And an offsides call, so the Aggies find themselves in the cookie jar once again.
Yep, can't tell from our angle, but yeah, she might have been, or she definitely was a touch offsides.
And that helps out Fresno State.
Yeah, and I've noticed that Fresno State is holding a pretty tight line, gotten a few offsides calls, so that takes organization and communication by them.
I think one of the things we noticed, especially being at practice, is the communication level, how vocal Fresno State's been, especially in this match. Both teams very vocal. And that's key for any team, and especially in the season opener. If you can communicate well in the early going, that might bode well for you throughout the whole entire season. Robinson with the ball. Karate Romero. Through ball for Fresno State. Aggies clean it up. Feigenbacher with the interception for UC Davis. Long ball to Perkins. Perkins on the near side with some space. She waits for the troops. And a good deflection for Fresno State by Jordan Sprague, the senior from Laguna Beach, transferred by way of LMU. She's been a lot of fun to watch as well in the second half.
Yes, a brand new face to me, so
yeah.
Really, good first half by her.
There was 18 new faces in that locker room for Fresno State in 2026, and we said it earlier, 18 faces, 18 different personalities, 18 different playing styles. You think about it, Katie Morris in an interview to begin fall camp, good look for the Aggies, and it goes into the back of the net. UC Davis gets it's a 2-0 lead inside the 6, and cleaning it up was Kylie Feigenbacher. Take a look at that replay. Feigenbacher had the opportunity, second look, and it got past Jesse Reese. And it's a 2-0 lead for UC Davis. Think about this. The Aggies last season scored the fewest goals in the Big West Conference. Their first match as a member of the Mountain West Conference. They lead 2-0 against Fresno State. So Feigenbacher gets her first goal of 2026. The former pointer of Point Loma High, transferred by way of Oregon. This is, if you're Fresno State, how do you respond?
Yeah, they have to attack. They're down 2 goals now. Really a hole they need to climb out of, and so everything should be more forward, more direct, more movement up top. Try to attack with their passing instead of, playing around the outside now. There's still quite a bit of time left in this game, so I would say, they don't have to change their style too much, but, all the restarts need to be fast, and they need to try to attack, try to take as many shots as they can on goal, quality chances.
And the question is, how do you increase that offensive output?
The connection between the midfield line and the forward line has been slightly better in this half, but I think taking players on 1v1, having some guts around the outside, and really trying to make moves.
Header by UC Davis by Sydney Bushman. Good turn by Fresno State. Aggies have been able to convene on the ball really well throughout this whole entire evening. And we got our first substitutions of the second half. Here's UC Davis on your screen. Savannah Cordero checks in.
Number 15, Ashley Brewer.
As Lizette Gregoris, the redshirt junior from Patterson.
Number 8,
So she'll wait a little bit longer at the scorer's table. 2-0 lead for UC Davis. And after that goal by UC Davis, we talked about a little bit earlier, the shots on goal are pretty even. Fresno State with the touch. Heron with the skip. Good look there. He liked the trickery right there. Think about this. Fresno State has 5 shots, 4 shots on goal, but 1 save. UC Davis with 5 shots, 3 shots on goal, and 4 saves this evening, but it's a 2-0 lead for UC Davis. Throw in for UC Davis. Perkins with the touch. Perkins turns on the Jets, trying to find Gregoris. And it rolls out of bounds, and it's a goal kick for Fresno State. About to hit the 60th minute of action. So there is a pause in the action. It's actually a ball go. It was right near Jesse Reese. Aggies with the ball. And it's taken away. Jesse Reese gets the ball back once again. Good pressure by Fresno State. Salem Sims handles it. Sims sends it on the far side. Good pressure by UC Davis. Fresno State trying to crack into the goal column.
Nice.
Battling into the corner. And it goes wide, and it brings up a corner kick. We have not seen many of those so far.
Yep, a really well-deserved corner kick.
Substitution for Bulldogs.
Fresno State so far tonight has only had 1 corner kick. This makes it the 2nd corner kick of the evening.
Really tricky footwork. I like the hesitation and then the explosion out of there. Tries to get her body in front and ultimately earns a corner kick.
This is a crucial corner kick for Fresno State. Header by the Aggies. Cleans it up is Blau. Martinez sends it away, and it sails just left of the goal for UC Davis. And UC Davis gets the ball back once again. 2-0 Aggies. About to hit the 62nd minute of action in Fresno. Kick to the near side. And it just rolls out of bounds. Fresno State ball once again. Think about what the shots have done so far. Fresno State has had 6 shots so far this evening. Good kick by Frankel. It lands in the stands. Somebody caught the ball. Can't take the ball home, but that's actually a World Cup ball. The Adidas World Cup ball. And it rolls out of bounds. talked about a little bit earlier, substitution happening for UC Davis about the World Cup a little bit earlier in the broadcast. And think about the impact of the World Cup happening in North America. What do you think the impact of the World Cup will be? What have we seen the impact of the World Cup yet here in the United States?
Yeah, I think definitely people are more excited about soccer, especially the young kids, and being inspired and wanting to play at that level. So I think you're going to see an uptick in more soccer by the youth and potentially higher levels of play in America years to come.
Think about the professional ranks, getting a lot of TV deals as well. You think about the NWSL and you think about the MLS side. That's big for throughout the whole entire country to be able to have more viewers consume more soccer.
And I think maybe more fans. People are being introduced to soccer, maybe that haven't really watched too much before. And the hype around it, being able to go to watch parties and watching it in our time zone had been huge this summer.
Good turn and good speed for Abigail Heron. Fresno State with the ball once again. Long shot, and it sails over the top of the post, and it is a goal kick for UC Davis. But Fresno State trying to find a way to sting the strings. They're knocking on the door but have not been able to enter through the door. Take a look at that replay. Good look there. Dina Frinkle not happy with UC Davis. Back at it once again.
Renovado with a really nice shot at the top of the box. She's a player that is always going to be a threat when she's on the ball. And Coach Bolton described her with having an incredible will to win. And she was the equalizer last week against UOP.
That's big. You think about that desire to compete.
Yeah, and I see it. I saw it at the training that I went to. I also played indoor with her before, and she is somebody who is very competitive, is always going to leave everything out on the field, and wants her team to win. So I think that makes her a good leader out here, especially while Katie Morris is still not on the field. You need other players to step up, and you see her stepping up in a big way.
And you think about that from the perspective of having that fierceness. Somebody that was fierce for Fresno State defensively. Good look for UC Davis, and it goes out of play. But a little bit of Jordan Lau in there in her playing style.
Yeah, she's a physical player. She's strong. She's able to win balls out of the air.
It is a throw-in for UC Davis.
Number 22, Courtney Wagner.
And now if you're Fresno State, how do you stop the advancement of the Aggies? Handles it is Cordero. And it goes into the trees. Goal kick for Fresno State once again. Fresno State on offense. And now a whistle. And we continue. Through ball for Fresno State, and it goes into the trees. Actually hits the top of the tree. And we continue once again. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. 2-0 lead for UC Davis on this season opener in the heart of the Sandwalk, Keene Valley. A couple of goals scored. J.C. DeFazio got the scoring going for UC Davis in the early going in the first half. And then Kylie Feinenbacher able to put a goal inside the 6 with a 2-0 lead. Header by the Aggies, by Feidenbacher. Sims battling for it. Aggies force it down the pitch. And now Fresno State back to square one. Think about this. Fresno State has outshot UC Davis. 7 shots to 6 shots. A little 6-7.
Couldn't resist, huh, Ryan?
I could not. I could not resist on that. Fresno State trying not to resist, trying to have that temptation of trying to find the back of the net. But it's just been a struggle-some evening for Fresno State. Trying to connect. Through ball for Fresno State on the far side. Good turn. Blau with the touch. Poked away by Sydney Fong for UC Davis. Work from the far side. Taps it away is Fadenbacher. An evening of frustration. It's only match 1.
Timeout.
And it is a timeout and a hydration break. 68 minutes, 19 seconds. All UC Davis on this Wednesday evening in Central California. 2-0 Aggies. More after this on the Pac-12 Network. Red Wave enjoying the first ever sporting event here on the campus of Fresno State as the Bulldogs embark in their new journey in the Pac-12 Conference. Evening has not been so good for Fresno State so far. It's a 2-0 lead for UC Davis. Alongside Felicity Nishikawa, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Our third member of our team tonight is Alexis Parra. She's our sideline reporter tonight. Fresno State going to try to answer back. And if you are Fresno State, this is a crucial part of the match to get yourself out of a 2-goal deficit. How do they do that?
Yep. I mean, now it's even more crunch time. Only 20 more minutes left in the game. They need to play direct. They need to go forward and attack. And more off-ball movement up top so that they can get those little runs through.
Aggies work from the near side with Lakely Perkins. And a great play by Jesse Reese. Diving with the 2 hands to make the play. And Fresno State back to work offensively. You can definitely feel the intensity level being cranked up to 11. UC Davis has controlled this one throughout the whole entire Wednesday evening. Perkins again with a good look down the near side, tight ropes the sideline. Perkins in the corner. The Rockland native went to Whitney High School, the former Wildcat. Beautiful area just northeast of the state capital of California in the Sacramento Valley. Because you have Rockland, you have Roseville, and you have Lincoln. Not Lincoln, Nebraska, but Lincoln, California.
Never heard of it.
Well, actually, the town is famous for Gladdy McBean. It's a ceramics factory in the area. Made a lot of clay pots and a lot of pipes. Fresno State back on offense.
Nice footwork.
Fresno State trying to formulate a plan offensively, but the Aggies smell that play. Good turn by Humphreys for UC Davis. So UC Davis substitutes now. Lights are turned on at the Bulldogs Soccer Stadium. This is good to be back. If you think about it, talking of Coach Bolton, talking of Coach Mertz, this is probably the earliest we've started a soccer season. It's big. Well, it's definitely going to be a test of the endurance. Big play by Hayden Crotty Romero to throw the elbow. Goes back to work is UC Davis. But think about this. The last week of conference for Fresno State ends in November. 1 week later than usual.
Oh, wow. Is this a longer season then?
A little bit. See
That's
that,
exciting.
See that replay there. A little bit more time for Fresno State to enjoy their first season.
Yeah, I guess we're able to report back earlier this year.
That's big.
Mm-hmm.
And how crucial is that to have an earlier report time for a team?
Oh, yeah. It's everything. Preseason is everything, and I feel like before, when I was playing, it was late July, August, and it was like only a month of preseason practice before we had a real game. And during that month, it was very intense because we would have 3 days, 2 practices a day, and then a video session. And with this, it doesn't necessarily have to be so intense on the body because they have more time to get everybody acclimated.
Fresno State wasting no time. And a whistle, and it is referee talking with Cordero for UC Davis. When you were talking about the training side, Tatiana Saunders mixing it up a little bit on the far side of a good turn, battling for the ball.
Oh, yes.
You like the ability for Fresno State to be able to have that attack mode.
Yeah, she's had a really great first game. I liked what I'm seeing from her. She's fast, she's physical, and she's feisty with the ball. Quite clever player. And I like the combination of her and Renovato up top. They connect pretty well. Their off-ball movement together has been fantastic.
So you're trying to say like that 1-2 punch?
Yes, exactly.
Aaron taps it. Through ball for Fresno State. Alexis Duker handles it, one of the new Bulldogs. Playing in her hometown, well, the pseudo hometown. She grew up in Clovis. Went to school at Buchanan High School. Fresno State has had those moments of opportunity but have not been able to be successful. Can this be the time? Duker with some good footwork. Duker battling for it, and UC Davis forces it out. Humphreys battling with it. Take a look at that replay. A little bit of that left, right.
Yeah, I think she was trying to get it onto her right foot. Really good defending. The Aggies defenders have been doing a really great job winning the ball out of the air, not letting anything over the top, not letting anything through their line, really. and good 1v1 defending as well. They've really challenged the Fresno State offense.
Coach Mertz talked about it a little bit this week at our production meeting. She said, we want this team to be hungry, but also be humble. And this team's been able to find ways to capitalize for UC Davis. A goal in the first half from J.C. DeFazio and a goal in the second half by Kylie Fadenbacher makes it a 2-0 lead for UC Davis. Substitution for the Aggies. But the question is, if you're Fresno State, how do you answer? But the season opener is that first building block. All you can do from here is go up. Aggies with the ball. Henry handles it. Pushes into the corner is UC Davis. Inside the 18 on the left side. Popped up. Reese with a two-hand grab. And we continue.
With this being a preseason game, I think, coaches are going to pull little tidbits and work on various different things from this game, and it's just going to be going up from here. That's the point of preseason. He told his team before the game to execute the things that they've worked on and not worry about the things that they haven't.
And now in this part of the match, Fresno State going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at it offensively. Multiple substitutions coming in for Fresno State. And this is you can definitely feel that urgency to say, we're down 2-0. Got to answer back. There's one of the new Bulldogs on your screen. Junior from Irvine. That's said. Janon said, transfer by way of Saddleback Community College. But UC Davis has had the answers tonight. Cordero trying to track the ball down, rolls out of play. We can do it again. We'll do it once again. And think about this. We were talking with Coach Mertz a little bit before kickoff. They don't even start school until September. And actually, the UC Davis tradition, your freshman year, you can't have a car. So you ride a bicycle around campus. That's right. So actually you can't have a car on campus if you're a freshman. Wow. So you actually ride a bicycle for your first year as an Aggie. It's a very bike-friendly community just west of Sacramento. Of course, you still have the Amtrak and you have the different modes of transportation to get into Sacramento. Good battle for Fresno State. Duran, the sophomore from Newberry Park, with the touch for Fresno State, through ball for the Bulldogs. Works into the corner. It's a good turn by UC Davis. By Gregoris. Transfer by way of Arizona State. Grew up in Patterson. Header for Fresno State goes to the floor, is said. Gets back up.
I like the bravery to go up for the ball there.
That's big.
Yeah.
To be able to
have. New players were coming at her, went up for the ball anyway.
You don't teach that fearlessness.
No.
This is a big free kick upcoming for Fresno State. In a match where Fresno State has had those opportunities, and it sails over the top of the goal. And UC Davis gets the ball back once again. In a night where Fresno State, at times, have outshot the Aggies. Aggies currently all tied up at 8 in the shots category. Aggies have one up the Bulldogs on the shots on goal category as well. 5 shots on goal for UC Davis, 4 for Fresno State. But a total of 14 fouls in tonight's match. Fresno State has had 8 fouls. UC Davis has had 6. So it's the season opener. You got to test the waters. It's a new year. Figure out how everything's going to be called. Fresno State turning up the Jets. And now whistle and a little bit of too much contact by UC Davis with Peyton Henry, the freshman from Canyon Lake, California. Sims turns on the Jets, goes to the far side. Now whistle on the far side. Keeps the ball for UC Davis. 2-0 Aggies. A goal in the first half and a goal in the second half. That's been the offense so far tonight. Fresno State has had those opportunities, but have not been able to find the perfect place to put the ball in the back of the net. But credit to UC Davis on the defensive side.
The Aggies defense, the outside backs have been winning their individual matchups a good amount. Fresno State's having a really hard time getting around them 1v1 on a dribble.
And a lot of contact. Gives the ball back to UC Davis. UC Davis, their first match as a member of the Mountain West Conference. And this is the first time that the Aggies get to traverse into the elevation of the conference. We're familiar with that, with Wyoming, Boise State, New Mexico, UTEP. But the thing is, this is a team that can compete in the Mountain West Conference. Fresno State trying to test the waters out in their new conference in the Pac-12. Fresno State ball, and they are going to substitute another player once again. So it's Kulich, the junior from Walnut Creek, checks in. The transfer by way of UC Riverside. Out of the Big West, the Highlanders. And now starting to get a little bit chippy, a little bit that start and stop, not really fluid in the match. Fresno State slow to get up. Julian said, getting up, and there's actually a little bit of blood on her face. Athletic trainer Jalen making sure she's okay. Gabe Bolton not happy with the referees. So now you have to get somebody in to replace Said. Hopefully she's okay. We'll send Alexis Parr to see if she's okay. Athletic training staff making sure she's okay right now. The Aggies from Davis having a great night. And their season opener, a team that only won 3 matches in 2025, trying to get their first win in 2026. Hopefully Seth is okay. She's at the athletic training table right now. And we resume play. UC Davis with the possession. So Lakely Perkins checks in for UC Davis.
Injury substitution for the Bulldogs is number 10, Daisy Torres, for number 31, Jeannie Saeed.
So it is Daisy Torres who checks in. So the Bulldogs now trying to put a little bit of catch up. And this moment in the match, Alyssa, what's that one thing that can make this into a positive from the film side?
Yeah, I think defensively there's a lot of things that the Bulldogs can clean up, especially in that first half. how many chances the Aggies had going around the outside. But also offensively, the off-ball movement by the Bulldogs was not consistent. And I think when it was on was when they were creating chances and creating opportunities. So I think that's another thing they're going to want to look at on film.
You talk about that perfect opportunity, probably that last offensive set in that first half. That was a big, definitely, probably a changing point, but could not execute.
Yeah.
It's only the first match. Fresno State testing the waters out. The Aggies testing the waters out as well. Fresno State on the road in their next match against St. Mary's. And back at it next Thursday night, 7 p.m. kickoff against the Beach of Long Beach State at home. Fresno State battling for it. Aggies get the ball back. Good pressure by Livy Lewis. Lewis, the team captain, and she tangles up. And it's a whistle. Fresno State gets the ball back once again. An evening where Fresno State has had those opportunities. Just going to find a way to turn the negative into a positive in this late going. Good ball picked up by Frankel, and she falls on a grenade. Good look offensively for Fresno State. But a night where UC Davis found ways to answer. They set the tone early. Coach Kat Mertz talked about it a little bit at our production meetings. They wanted to keep the ball. Good slide tackle by for Fresno State with Schulich. And a little too aggressive. And now a yellow card has been displayed. We've seen this throughout the whole entire second half of the aggressiveness being turned up a little bit. They are going to give it to Schulich for unsporting. So yellow card given out. I'm trying to remember the last time there was actually a red card. I think I remember that. Do you remember the last time there was a red card that was given out?
A red card?
Yeah. Actually, our first, it was that's on her senior day nonetheless. That was pretty memorable. She talks about that to this day. The proud of mama. Ball sails out of bounds. Fresno State trying to pick up the pace late going in the second half. 2-0 lead for UC Davis. We get a chance to hear from head coach Kat Mertz after the match. Popped up in the air with the header from Durian, I should say. Bounces out of play. Still Fresno State ball. Header by Humphreys for UC Davis. Duker at the controls of the throw-in. Torres. Sims back to Duker. Durian on the near side. Durian being double-teamed. Durian trying to battle for it. And UC Davis wins that one. Aggies back on the counter. And it rolls out of play.
I think a big pattern of what I'm seeing is Fresno State holds good possession. They're knocking the ball around. But when it comes to a 1v1 battle, we're not winning a lot of them. And in order to get around the outside or get through the middle, you know, you're going to have to break lines on the dribble at times, and they're just not able to against this strong Aggies defense.
And that is something to work on for the next couple
yeah.
of matches, especially against St. Mary's and back at home against Long Beach State. And you definitely know this is a team that does not want to stay stagnant. They want to be able to mature and grow as a player. And this is only match number one. You definitely know Kat Mertz and the Aggies are happy about the performance, but you definitely want more. Long run for Perkins and UC Davis, and a slide by Fresno State on the far side. There's Katie Morris making her name known, senior captain for Fresno State. And they were talking about a little bit in an interview with KC24 sports director Scott Bemis. She said some of the team bonding, they did 2 truths and a lie for team bonding. With 18 new players.
I follow Fresno State soccer on Instagram, and they also went to the lake. They had a lake day.
That's right. Battling into the corner. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, bad throw.
Think about what Fresno State has done so far tonight. Even with the shots, UC Davis with 5 shots on goal. Fresno State with 4. It's not the Fresno State had 3 corners so far tonight. But the key word, you think about it, execution in match number 1 of the 2026 season. A lot of pushing in the corner. And the ball rolls out of play once again. Still battling for it. Fresno State, UC Davis saying it's our ball. Quickly a goal kick for Fresno State.
Man, a lot of stoppage.
I mean, in the last 10 minutes, it has not been fluid like we've seen throughout the whole entire evening. But you think about it, it's the first match.
It really hurts the momentum, too, when there's that much stoppage. And I think that's also a tactic by Davis to try to kick the ball out and disrupt the play. So they're doing a good job of not letting us go forward.
Through ball for Fresno State. Aggies quickly there to collect it. Feidenbacher forces it out of play. So Fresno State with the ball once again. About to hit under 90 seconds in the second half. Ball popped up by UC Davis. Header by Duker. One minute remaining in Fresno. Martinez handles it.
Nice ball.
Drury into the near side on the through ball. Aggies there to force it out. Look at that. Good play there.
Got to come to that ball.
There's a couple of former Hoover High School Patriots on the baseball team. There's Asa Medina and there's LaShawn Carey right there. Great young men. They've now graduated from Hoover High School just down the road here in the and near the area. LaShawn Carey doing the punch. LaShawn was actually a soccer star for Hoover High School in his playing days. Fresno State back with the ball once again. Last seconds. Perkins on the far side. Perkins shoots, and it goes wide, goes out of play. 5 seconds remaining in Fresno. And that will do it. A team that only won 3 matches in 2025 picks up their first win of 2026. The Aggies, in their debut match as a member of the Mountain West Conference, takes care of business at Fresno State 2-0 the final. Aggies improved to 1-0-0 on the season. Fresno State falls to 0-1-0. When we come right back after this, we get a chance to hear from head coach Kat Mertz and the UC Davis Aggies. We'll be right back after this. Once again, the final score, UC Davis 2. We'll keep it here, in fact, alongside of Alyssa Nishikawa. My name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. First match of 2026. You like what you saw. There's Fresno State. A couple of hugs there. Simon Sims, play that stood out tonight in the season opener. And a very fun one. You think about what Fresno State did throughout the whole entire evening. You think there was opportunities, but UC Davis found ways to capitalize. Alongside of Alyssa Nishikawa, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. A very fun match here at the Bulldog Soccer Stadium. It was UC Davis that set the tone early. They got the goal from J.C. DeFazio. And it was Fresno State that had good offensive looks throughout that first part of the first half. And then UC Davis able to level a goal in the second half with a goal from Kylie Feinenbacher inside the 6. And that was kind of that play that took the air out of the tires. But a good match to set the tone for the 2026 season for both UC Davis and Fresno State.
Yeah, definitely a lot to work on. For Fresno State, this is going to be a really good learning opportunity.
Look at the replays.
Player we really enjoyed to watch tonight.
There was opportunity. There was glimpses.
There were good moments for sure. Good offensive movement tonight by Renovato. I loved her intensity.
You like what you're doing, like what Fresno State did there, Renovato with that shot.
Outside the box, and still really, really hard shot.
Our very own Alexis Parra is with Kat Mertz right now, head coach at UC Davis. Let's send it to Alexis Parra with Coach Mertz.
Cool. And then I'm here with head coach Kat Mertz, and so this was a good game. You came here before the match saying that it meant something to you coming back to Fresno State. So now seeing it all play out, how do you feel, Coach?
Opening up with a win on the road, it's a little warm here, but I thought we fought through the adversity. They posed great challenges for us, but really proud of our effort tonight.
Now, you guys started the season a little bit earlier. You said it's a young team. What moments, as for a coach as you, that stood out on the team?
I just think collectively, we were supportive of each other. I thought it was fun to see some of the freshmen get out there. It was fun to see the upperclassmen be like, let's go, be those leaders out there. But overall, I'm just really, really proud of the effort tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Now, last question. How important is this win early in the season?
I always say the first win of the season is the hardest one to get. And once you get that monkey off your back, you can take a breath a little bit. So to come down here on the road, to play away, really proud. But I'm just excited to come back home, and then we get to play Sac State on Sunday night. So
going back to the cool weather, but going back to the heat again. Well, congratulations for that win, and thank you so much, Coach.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the coverage. We appreciate it. Go Ags.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Alexis. Very fun night in the San Joaquin Valley. A 2-0 victory for UC Davis. Quickly, Alyssa, final thoughts?
Yeah, definitely a lot of things that Fresno State can work on. The Aggies looked great defensively. They had really great moments on their wings and creating chances. So this is a really good first game from both teams in order to, keep improving throughout the season, because these games really don't mean anything when it comes to regular season. So really good building block, in my opinion, and something that the Dogs can learn from.
It's only match one. All you can do is go up from here. And Fresno State will have that challenge on Sunday against St. Mary's. We'll be back here next Thursday night for a 7 p.m. kickoff against Long Beach State. That'll be our next broadcast on the Pac-12 Network. For everyone that has put this broadcast together from the Bulldog Vision crew, led by Brad Blackstone, for Alexis Parra, for Alyssa Nishikawa, my name is Brian Welch saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from Fresno, UC Davis 2, Fresno State 0. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching on the Pac-12 Network. So long, everybody, from the San Joaquin Valley.